What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. We should be harvesting right now, but it's a little bit damp, so we're kind of not at it today. I was hoping to be harvesting by today's video, but we're not. Instead, we're working on some projects here in the yard while the grain dries out. It's kind of been drizzly the last couple of days and hasn't really allowed us the chance to harvest any of the barley that we cut. We're working on this project first today. Somebody, I don't know who, it could be me, it could be anybody, hit this auger on the bin with the semi last year during harvest. So we're repairing this, kind of have the floor apart inside the bin here. This is what a air floor in a bin looks like underneath with all these supports. We took the floor back a little bit, replaced this bent up tube right here that this mystery person hit with the semi, and replaced it with this newer one in here that we got as a replacement. It's actually all done as far as the new tube is in here and the auger is already through it and everything. You can see the pulley on there. Right now I think we just have to put the floor back together and also this whole auger motor housing and covers and everything. So a little bit of work here to put everything back together that we took apart. I like to create new jobs for the farm by breaking stuff. Anyways, enjoy today's video. Let's get started. So last night's main project was finishing up this bin floor. Got it done. Augers all back together with the new tube, I guess you'd call it. Floor is all back together as well inside that bin. We cranked it around a little bit to see what it exactly sounds like, and there's definitely not any banging or anything like there was before. It was pretty twisted up. So that is fixed, and that one's kind of been a year coming. Kind of patched it with a different auger and stuff before, but now have it actually repaired inside the floor. That bin's good to go. It rained again this morning, so we haven't been out to combine yet. The header is on the combine though, and it's ready. So we just have to kind of wait for the drying to happen. We'll start right here by the yard and have to use the grain cart and stuff with it. We'll see if we get going on that today. If not today, probably tomorrow. If we don't do it today, we'll just do some yard stuff, prepping the combines, and then be back at it when actually the combine happens. So I'll keep you guys updated. Stay tuned. And for another update, I did a short on this, a TikTok the other day, but we had a track go out actually in the 9520. It's not out, it's just kind of on its way to being out. You can see kind of the business starting here. We got this action coming out, this crack, and then another crack up here up top. So that's not good. Tracks are pretty expensive to replace. You know, I thought the idea of tracks, I was telling my dad, was that you didn't have tires go flat, but apparently tracks go out as well over time. And I guess this one is almost time. So that'll be more than 10, less than 20,000 to replace. That's a lot of money for one track. We're gonna kind of search around, hopefully find something used, and hopefully it'll last a little bit longer and we can run the grain cart with it like this setup, and hopefully it doesn't go out while we're doing it. Well guys, I've been waiting and waiting to film a little bit of harvesting to close out this video. I thought we'd kind of start with some projects here in the yard, talk about harvesting a little bit, and then pretty much get into the actual harvesting. It just keeps raining, everybody. It just keeps raining. We got 30 hundredths a little bit ago, 10 hundredths the night after that. Last night, 1.25 inches. It just keeps raining on our swaths that we cut down. And actually the standing stuff is gonna be ready probably before the swaths are, because they're so soaked up now. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just good to get those swaths picked up. Combines are all ready to go. I mean, this one has the straight header on it, so we're getting ready to actually straight cut. Some of the barley in a town near us is actually sprouting that was still standing up in the ground because it just hasn't been able to be combined yet. Stuff's just really late this year. The 9770s over here, likely ready for the pickup head to be put onto it, so we can pick up those swaths when it's time. We tested them out a little bit the other day. Moisture was like 17, and that was before all of the rain. So a little bit of drying to do still before we can get the stuff picked up. A little bit discouraging to have everything ready for combining, but not be able to actually combine. But I think we'll go by Sunday. I think that'll kind of be the day. We'll get all the swaths picked up Sunday, and probably some straight combining done that day as well. Be a more busy day of combining and harvest. That'll be a separate video. What I'm going to do today is show you guys around the 9770. You guys saw it briefly in the dealership lot and didn't actually get to kind of poke around in it with me and see some of my favorite stuff with it. I'll go through that quick little tour right now, and then maybe to close out the video, I want to show you guys some freaky big sunflowers we have, give you guys like a small crop check, give you a crop update as well. So I did a short on this combine on Saturday, but I talked about some of my favorite things with it. I'll explain a little bit. I mean, a lot of it's the same as the 9760 as far as size and features and everything. This combine's a little bit stronger, so it, you know, should be really good for us as far as power is concerned. You can see hopper capacity is about the same visually, so I can see from here, and then that's the other combine, pretty much the same as far as capacity is concerned. This will have the concaves in it too, so if you pay attention to the channel, we do replace the concaves from small grains to large grains every year and then switch them back. We'll have to do that with these as well. So here's the back of the combine, and then the concaves are up in here, so we'll replace those when we switch over to soybeans, maybe in about a month. All right, we'll go up in the cab here. I'll talk about a few things. This isn't necessarily all new compared to the 9760, but what is new is having both combines that have these different features. So we have the 9610, which was a good combine, less powerful, more hours, less hopper capacity. Those are all big deals for efficiency. And then some of the features that the 9760 has, the 9610 didn't have. So we have things like height adjustment, for example. So pretty much when I hit the button on this remote to engage auto steer, it engages also a height adjustment to keep the cut height the same no matter where you are. If you're going up a hill, down a hill, in the other combine that would change, right? Typically if you're going up a hill, the header would be a little bit higher. You have to lower it down on the little knob. And then when you're going down a hill, it would start to want to dig into the dirt. You have to raise the header up and then really kind of be quick when you go down a dip and up to be able to kind of save those blades from getting stuck in the dirt. A lot less possibility of broken blades, sucking up rocks and dirt and that kind of thing. What's really great too, I know I'm pointing at the remote because it's just the best illustration for it, but really it's on the header as well, is the auto tilt. So this, just like the 9760, will have the auto tilt feature this way, just as well as height adjustment. So if you're on a side hill and, you know, the 9610 or any other older combine would possibly have like cut really high up on the stalks on the right side and then really low on the stalks on the left side if you're trying to like correct a side hill. This will tilt to kind of go with that flow and keep all the cut heights the same. So that's really nice for, you know, making sure we get every single piece that we can, obviously, and then also the same kind of thing so we don't dig in on the corners and suck up dirt and rocks. A lot of the technology in here is kind of similar. So we have this screen here. This is those yellow globes you see on the top of the cabs, and we have those on pretty much every tractor now on our farm. So that's in this combine as well. A good display screen here, which is just in a different place in the other combine for moisture and fan speed and all that. And then up here is kind of cool. This is just an accessory, but we have this, you know, opposite camera where we can see behind the combine as well as on the auger. So if we, you know, needed to see where we're dumping or we need to see behind us, we can have a different view. I'm sure you guys will see a lot more views of this combine as we go through harvest. You know, you'll be able to see how it operates, if it breaks down, hopefully not, and then also kind of how our efficiency is improved. Hopefully it's something we'll notice, and this should be a good machine for a long time. So here's one crop update. This is some wheat by the yard. I showed this a few videos back where the wind and the rain really beat down some of the grass. And you can see that there are still some flat spots in there. They're gonna be pretty much next to impossible to actually combine. But even those spots are starting to turn pretty quick. So everything looks pretty brown here. Wheat even should go here in a week or two. sunflower field now. We have canola over here. That's starting to dry up as well. We might get our ears blown out with this boomer here. We got these propane cannons out to try to scare the blackbirds out of the sunflowers. What I wanted to show you though is that these things are absurd this year, and either we gave an all-you-can-eat buffet to the blackbirds, or even if they eat some, we'll have some good sun seeds left, because these things are massive this year for some reason. Here's just an example of how big these sunflower heads are with my hand for scale. Look at the size of these sunflower heads, absolutely huge. You can see the weight of them is just pulling them down. They're so big. The leaves are massive. With my hand for scale again, and there's the boom. These heads are enormous. So sunflowers are doing well. Wheat got beat down a little bit and harvest is delayed. Kind of an update for you guys on today's farm video. Next video, I promise, will be harvest. We're gonna get the combines out and moving on Sunday, I think, and get some crops picked up. Barley, probably work on wheat within a week from that, and hopefully we'll finish up the barley real quick once we get started. Cross our fingers the rain stays away and a lot of harvesting gets done, and our new combine works out and stays running. Talk to you guys next time. Take it easy.